Oh, what a time to be alive on a Monday night in Buffalo, New York.
Hello.
Holy shit!
And I'm going to the Garden next week. Off the hip, baby. We gonna turn up. I'm wearing my
Woo!
bright ass orange hat in there. I'm going crazy in the
Oh,
Garden.
I mean, hello. Fuck are you talking about? You kidding me? Thought we wasn't gonna be there. Hello. What they thought?
Hell,
Mike, and it's legal, and the weed legal. We smoking big blunts in the garden, big pack. Hello.
wait.
let's not forget, April 14th, I will be at the Raw before WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Yeah. Talk
Turn
about
us
it.
up then.
We in there.
Talk about it. I mean, if you brothers don't mind, I would like to take the lead to start the show today.
Come on, baby. We here. Let's start the show up, y'all. Off the hip.
Off the hip, man. We back, man. Another great episode. Shout out to my brothers. I missed a few episodes. I'm back, man. Let's catch up here, man. Listen, John Cena is a fucking heel. I have a question for you, brothers.
Fire away.
This is John Cena's last ride, right? This goes into next season. Like, all right, so because WrestleMania is next month, he goes into the next WrestleMania, right? He'll be here for the next one, right?
Supposedly, New Year's Eve he's done. Allegedly.
Well, I was saying that because I really need them to slow walk this right here. Before we get to like the Cody and John, because their matches, that is amazing now. That is the heel versus babyface. I'm glad that it's like that. Like I need John music to be tweaked just a little bit with some evilness. You know what I mean?
Travis, you know what to do.
And I need for us to just get that conversation between The Rock and John that made him flip. Because we do remember last year, WrestleMania, John came out to help Cody and went right to The Rock, and Rock bottomed him. That's the last time them guys was kind of in the vicinity. So to fast forward now, they're on the same team. I just would like for them to kind of give us a conversation of how he, sold John I think that will do right for the people. How y'all feel about
Correct
that?
correct me if I'm wrong, but were they not together for a brief moment on the debut for Netflix? I believe
Yeah.
there might have been a segment between them which also had Pat
So
McAfee
was
right
Drew.
before.
So was Drew with if you referring to the Rock, yeah. The Rock
Hmm.
was seen on that Instagram live chopping it up with a
No,
few of the
I think they had a
superstars.
little segment too, or was that
Mm.
I,
beforehand? But
I'm
they
not sure
were
about the
actually seen
segment, but I
together.
do remember, yeah, and that Raw, my memory's kind of jogged up because he had the Instagram live going on during the show. So the Rock was doing a lot that night. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I mean, what a moment. I think Cena, he got every right to feel like, yo, this last time around, this is the last time. Like, I've been trying to play nice guy for the last 7 years and I haven't won nothing.
It's my turn to be
Nothing.
greedy.
Zilch. I got rocked bottom at WrestleMania last year and I didn't even get thanked for it. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
Did Cody ever
and
say
then and
thank you,
then
John?
all right? How do y'all think? Do you think him losing the Rumble had anything to do with his decision to join The Rock?
We don't know yet.
So from what Rock said at the post conference, this was Cena's decision to want to go heel. So I don't know how long they've had that
I'm
in the
gonna come
books.
clean. I don't need that.
You don't need the post
Triple
conference
H.
stuff.
Yeah, when we got stuff like this, I don't need niggas to go from we just seen John a gangster mob form. Now you
We're
sitting
painting a
down.
picture. We're making a movie for you.
Yeah, now you sit down in the political, like telling us it from a boss standpoint, like almost in a character's broken sense. It's
Giving us the
like,
immediate behind the
yeah,
scenes
like,
director's cut. We usually
yeah,
get that
put
when
the
the
other
DVD
artists,
come
put the
out.
other wrestlers up there that night, like put the Biancas and them, let them do the press conference. Like the top niggas don't need to be saying, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, but I get it's a business and it's where it's at. I get it's a part of it, but I wish
Well,
Rock could have just stood in his role for that night. He ain't really say
well, if I
much.
could
You know what I'm
just
saying?
touch on that
Like
to
how
your
John
point
dropped the
too.
mic. You see how John just pulled up and dropped the mic? Like,
So
yeah,
instead
I'm
you
saying
have
full
maybe
character. I got
instead
nothing to
maybe
say now.
instead you have
Like,
a Bianca. You have maybe Roxanne for having an incredible performance. You have a Randy Orton, something
yeah.
like that. Would that have been better?
But that
Or
has been a
Sammy, where was
talking
Sammy
point.
at? Why Sammy didn't say anything?
He
Sammy.
That
got
has
fucked
been.
up. He was carried on a stretcher.
These post conferences have been a talking point because they've been peeling the curtain back just a bit.
A
Like you
lot.
seen
Yeah.
Triple H, yeah, referring to why the Jade storyline felt a little bit weird, and his that was I don't know if that was the word he used, but like to paraphrase, he said the story was a little weird because her injury, they didn't know when she was gonna come back. So I mean, some things maybe could be left unsaid for us to just still wonder and have that fandom going on right there.
And that's
Hmm.
okay sometimes.
But I mean, yeah, based on what The Rock said, I think maybe it could have been done after the Rumble. Maybe it could
Or
have been done before the day of.
or you don't have him come out already sipping on that Terramana because you know he's gonna cut up with that in the system.
Again, Snake, I was saying this too to Razor when we was off air. What's the chances
Yeah.
are that they audible to all the outcries on WW like the universe? Like people been saying, oh, it doesn't feel like a build up to WrestleMania. So they seen all of that chatter and they like, you know what? Now's the time. We gonna make the like we gonna really shake the room. Elimination
Now I
Chamber
have a
weekend
question.
Monday.
All right.
hmm
I wonder how like how's this gonna go? Because Rock has this "I want your soul" shit, right? So is
Yeah.
this like is John? Does John have a mouth? Does he have a mouthpiece? Does he talk or does he just wreck shit on Rock's demands? Like you know what I'm saying? Because
So
Cena
mean
ain't said
be like his
Cena
own
ain't
version
said
of Brock Lesnar essentially.
yeah, like Cena ain't said damn word. He just got the work. Rock ain't said word. He just made one gesture. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I wonder
I
is it
I
gonna
I, I
be
I
everybody that
think
come to me, you got to give me your soul. Like, is it going to stay in that soul form? Like, if you come here, like, you know what I mean?
I
How they
think
going?
he will speak. It's just if it may be right before Mania, because let it breathe. Because again, supposedly we're gonna see him again St. Patrick's Day as well as Cody. Because according to Rock, John Cena's out doing some shit in Africa, probably filming another movie. But I
So
think
we're
he
not
will.
gonna get a recap on this the next couple shows. We're not gonna get a
We'll
follow up on this.
the next couple weeks, we're probably just getting the video montage. We may get a Cody pre-tape. I would anticipate, but again, we don't know if Cody's advertised for any Smackdowns or not.
Okay, well, um, where does the OTC fall into all this? Because at the end of the day, we know that he wants his title back. So where the fuck? What the hell does Roman have to say about
I'm gonna go ahead
Possibly
OTC?
and
next week.
that's where I'm going.
hmm
Right.
Shall we lead off with what happened the first 15 minutes of Raw? With that being said,
Yeah, nah, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get into it.
CM Punk came out like a bat out of hell, damn near crashed the rental, calling out the bald frauds of The Rock and John Cena, calling out little brother Seth Rollins. He was on some fucking bullshit.
I loved it. I loved it. John was on his. I mean, my nigga CM Punk came out the gate on his bullshit tonight. I ain't gonna lie.
I
The nigga was
kind
out
of
of
thought
breath and everything.
once he got the first bullshit out the way, I kind of thought he's gonna lead towards those two bald fucks.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And I'm
nah.
sure he wanted to.
Yeah, that
I ain't
was.
gonna lie. He came out hot off the gate, like you said.
Yep, that's a fact. I
Again,
mean,
setting
does the
setting the
show
table.
start any other way? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does the show start any other way but hot? Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, if you're not gonna have the final boss of John Cena addressing what they did, which I didn't really expect them to since Cody's on SmackDown. Yeah, this is how you start the show. And then
mhm.
right into you hear Seth Rollins' music come out. As soon as Punk hear his music, man,
That
he
first
just
chord, he's gone.
hopped off the table, made a
He ain't never ran
beeline
that fast
to
a day in his life.
him. Yeah.
It's the little shit for me that matter in that moment because, like, he's running, but Seth don't even know he's running till he's like damn near there. And he's like, oh shit, he got to take his glasses off. They
Like,
start fighting. Like that was fire. That was fire. Like it was. That was perfect. Perfectly played. I
and
thought that was dope as fuck.
with all the pull parts we done seen the last few weeks, this one felt the most impactful, the most important.
This pull
Uh,
And
apart was different.
yeah, as we seen, it kept going through the rest of the night. Like you got the two gentlemen trying to lead a building, and they still going at it throughout the whole
so
night. Like
so
crazy.
we now know that they're coming next week. Steel cage match.
It is confirmed.
How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel
I
like
was
we needed to wait?
surprised.
Yeah, me too. I was kind of surprised that we getting that right now. I thought that was a, cause that could definitely be a mania match. We don't need a belt for them at
Easily.
this point, right? We don't need a belt for them to.
No.
But if we gonna do this still cage, then what's the end with them two? Are we going in this Drew? type Punk role where we gonna get a
No,
couple matches.
I think this is where Roman spins the block that I've been calling for the last year.
Mm.
This is when
Because
we get
Roman
it
did
because
lose the Rumble too. He was stomped by Seth, and you're
he
right.
stomped him
Okay.
twice, once with
Mhm.
both feet.
Yeah.
So this is where he spins the block, and then we finally get that. Could probably that's easily the Mania match right there.
which could
What the
lead
triple
into
threat?
Punk. Yeah,
It could even be a one on one.
I ain't gonna lie. That's fucking
I,
insane.
I think
That'd be
Punk wants
crazy.
in on that match, and that's where the favor may come in.
Yeah, the favor is there. Yeah, there you go. I
Oh,
want
niggas
my
took
one
crack the
pound of
code.
flesh,
Niggas might, if it go like that, that might have been it.
Yeah,
That sound
convince
ridiculous.
whoever it may be, whether it's Roman or the powers that be. I need ends on this match so we all three of us can settle this once and for all.
or maybe at
Mm.
Backlash we get Punk versus Roman potentially in Mexico City.
Wait, is there another PLE? No, there's not another PLE coming before Mania, right?
Nope, nothing.
Oh yeah, we're going into the big dog shit. How do y'all feel actually about this year's feel going into Mania? Does it feel as important as last year, or we just getting started? Give it some time.
We definitely getting started, but we have 6 episodes of Raw and 7 SmackDowns, and with what happened after the Chamber and what happened today on Raw throughout the show, I was telling HD before you jumped on before we went live. This is going to be the most chaotic show potentially since Undertaker lost a streak, where we're just left with jaws to the floor. Like, what on earth did we just watch? Like, this is a dream that we're in the Matrix. This isn't real.
I feel like even though last year we kind of knew what we was getting with Roman and Cody, but we were on edge of our seat for the whole year to like when they finally connected again. You know what I mean? And then we got the Mania. Like this year, I'm not saying that it's a little but I kind of was a little like, what's gonna be the main event? Like, what's gonna be the big joint? Like, you know what I mean? So eh, I see it starting to
I can
like
tell you a
make
match
its
that
way now. We trying to see a little vision for what it can be and shit like that. But you can make the case that the females is just as hot. They got shit going on too to make a case to be, you know.
the
I
story
think last
between
year and
Io,
this year is a
Rhea, and
different
Bianca,
feel.
yes. What's going on with Charlotte and Tiffany? Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Um,
Last year got a way different feel because
yeah.
again, I go back to that press conference. It was The Rock showing that family tree. Cody coming out saying, "No, this is bullshit." The slap heard around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We got the turn heard around or seen around the world. Was seen the kick to the nuts. Like it's a different feel.
You know how
They're
to realize
finishing the
HD?
Well, then
story.
again, you're right, HD. It's kind of not fair to compare this year somewhat because TKO came into all the new things that's added. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was
So
just it was
it was
crazy.
fresh. It was all fresh. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like as far as like the main storyline with Cody and Roman, we knew like we waiting for that rematch, so we knew.
Well,
But
but you know what I realized? This
yeah.
bullshit didn't start amplifying until you posted that post about shit happening on Vegas almost a year ago to the day, and everything was just slow dead in the water. I believe that following Friday is when shit started going crazy. HD, you've done it again. You and your Santeria bullshit.
Nah, cause I was just noticing, like, again, when I felt like I looked at the dates, yeah, sure, whatever the date for Mania got pushed back or this, but I still felt like it's like around the same ballpark though. Like, what are we doing? Even the Rumble felt like holy shit when Cody won twice in a row. Jay winning was a holy shit moment, but then it kind of made sense of like, oh wow, like he got the momentum. Cody was like, really, are they gonna let him win 2 in a row? Then
Yeah,
they took that shit
but by
away
then
from
we
him.
were like again we were already on the finish the story stuff. So again, this one was it's 2 different events, 2 different
Yeah,
emotions.
too different. And that's why I was like, again, there was no press conference. We got way more out this elimination chamber. Like I went back and looked at last year's chamber, and I felt like, bro, like I can't even really point out a significant moment that came out of that chamber from last year. This year is gonna be one to be talked about forever.
It was last year where JD took everyone's. Oh no, Solo took everyone's finisher. No, was it JD taking everyone's finisher at last year's chamber?
That, who you talking about? JD McDonough?
Yeah.
He was in the motherfucking war game shit.
Well, that's right. Again, that just shows how memorable it was. I
It
guess
was Logan Paul, Bobby Lashley, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, almost the same players that was in this year's
again, it just
chamber.
shows how good last year's was because then we don't remember shit about it.
And then they curated it better this year, going into the storylines with everybody. So
As far as further storylines or even potentially starting new ones, i.e., with what we saw potentially out of Roxanne, Liv Morgan, and maybe Alexa Bliss.
Do y'all feel like they need to put more emphasis on the mid card titles, female joints, the Intercontinental and United
for them
States?
to be taken seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I mean,
Like that match on Raw today, I didn't even really care. Like, you know what I mean? And for
this
that
was
to be a
definitely the best one they've
championship.
had since maybe when Lyra first won the belt. So her first decent match. As far as on SmackDown, Chelsea Green, God bless her heart, is trying her damnedest to do it just based off the mic alone. She's trying.
Right.
And again, it's I don't understand because again, SmackDown's 3 hours. She should be. I would assume doing stuff in the ring more frequently, or again, some legitimate character development aside from what we've seen out of just the mic work with her and Piper Niven. And there's plenty of talent there. I
Right.
know we're leaning towards Meechin and Chelsea, but still, it's like that probably should have happened maybe on this card, maybe in place of that tag match that me and HD had buried on Saturday night.
They might have
So yeah, we
introduced
barely even
those.
touched on it.
They might have introduced those championships too quick. What I mean by that is both of them around the same one after another. Like maybe you
Yeah,
want to
they were
test them.
within like a week or two, weren't they?
Yeah. And then the final matches were a week apart.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, damn, you ain't even test the waters to see if one is successful, and then the participation. Okay, we got an intercontinental. Do we need the United States? Like, do we need to have the exact
I mean,
opposite of the?
it's a nice idea, or again, instead of calling it what you called it, just give it its own unique name, like how we created the Universal Championship.
Yeah. So
There
I
were
don't
other
know.
options. That's all we're saying, folks.
And it kind of guts the women's heavyweight championship scene. Like now there's only a certain amount of players in the heavyweight for both brands. As to where you had the whole roster that can at any given you could throw Zelina Vega at any moment in a heavyweight match back in the like a few months ago.
Okay,
Now you're gonna have some people in the United States IC realm.
so let me ask you this question: are the tag team belts better left in NXT for NXT and TNA?
Again, my thing with the tag team belts is they weren't putting
Because
them
there are
on
some
natural
tag
tag
teams in
teams.
NXT.
I think Liv and Raquel could do a good job with them. I just want to see other tag teams against them.
No, but I'm saying, do we move Liv and Raquel to NXT? Is what I'm getting at.
Mm-mm.
Well, again, what? How else are you gonna get some mileage, actual mileage out of the tag team belts? They're the current champions.
I mean, why care
All their
now?
competition is on the C show.
They got to come up then. We don't got to go down to y'all. Y'all got to come up to us, and we'll make you a star over here. I
But
don't got
they're
to go
so
down to
there's
your show. Like,
but we're supposed to
nah.
believe this is the new. They're up there already. So again, why not again shake the room? Have them put all the girls they're on, and then again, if they happen to lose the belts while being down there, you can always put Liv back in the title picture, and then you can put Raquel either with the IC picture or the US picture. Easy plug and plays.
Yeah, I don't like how there's
At
too
least this
many.
way, you have Liv be more of a leader for right now and put the young girls on there and say, hey, this is how you get shit done. And then Raquel can get more confidence because, again, there are more girls her, Rhea's, Bianca size over there that also need some work.
But
So you
then we
kill two
give it to
birds with
one
one
of
stone.
We give it to one of these NXT champions, and it's like, okay, what they're about to have a bunch of good matches. Like, they got stories down there, but it's like we see where the main stories at. They on the main roster, like
Ain't no tag team stories on the main roster.
at all. That
So I'm saying,
it never really been though.
like I think Liv and Raquel going down there with the belts wouldn't be a big demotion. It's just more so that's how you just elevate the belts. Again, you got they're meant to be defending on all three brands anyways.
See what I think them belts is doing for Liv and Raquel right now is making them look like champions in the Judgment Day when the guys can't even get their shit together. So that's the
And yeah,
purpose
and that
that
that's
belt is
all
serving.
that's the only purpose by it.
Yeah, I mean, to me
Which
it's
again
better
doesn't do the
than.
belts justice.
I mean, they didn't really have the justice for the division when you got Naomi and Bianca just running through people. Bianca and Jay just running through people.
Should have kept on Whole Union. Maybe put it on Pure Fusion Collective. Maybe who knows?
Yeah, the second they would have dropped the titles the first time, that's when you get into the Jade and Bianca stuff. But I guess they want to give that some time, which I'm not mad at either because it's like, okay, work around. Let's get the Jade and Naomi stuff done.
Well, again, you could have easily done the super. Remember, we had the transfer portal. We
Hmm.
could have had Bianca or Jade on Raw by now. And instead of Io versus Rhea, we could maybe be looking at Rhea versus Jade.
I
Imagine
mean,
imagine how that could have went down.
another shocking moment for the evening right there. Well, we'll get to that later though. But I
Don't
don't know.
forget about them other two women on NXT. What's that? Lash and the other girl. They
Lash
could try
Legend,
to,
Jakara Jackson.
yeah, they could try
That's what
to,
I'm saying. All right, so
Supposedly
they
they're
too could
called
have
up, but
won.
nothing's been made official yet.
They won a few tag team matches for the women's tag team belts. I've been said it done. They should have gave it to them.
right.
I've
Hmm.
been said it done. But they didn't. So now we back at like what you saying, Razor. Do we throw it on NXT?
But again, in this case, it'd be different with Liv and Raquel because again, with if you send Jade and Bianca down there, it's nothing's really going to change or whatever. Whereas if you have Liv and Raquel down there, Liv becomes more of that dominant leader, and you get her on that pedestal of Bailey and Charlotte and everyone else. And Raquel only gets better with more reps and then more confidence.
Yeah,
Also, I'm a
I
selfish
don't.
fan, and I would love to see Raquel versus Masha Slamovich. I'm just saying, or maybe Raquel versus Delta. HD, that'd be a fun match.
Delta is one of my favorites in NXT amongst a lot of the women there. So I could see that. Azaria, what's her name over there? Zaria now?
Yeah,
NXT? Yeah.
NXT might be getting some more talent. I see they got that Ray Phoenix dude on the way.
Which,
I want to know what made Tony finally give in. I got some theories, but again, Snake, you're gonna be disappointed by this. I will be at Dynamite this Wednesday. I need to see the carnage with my own two
Wait,
eyes.
huh? Wait,
I need
wait,
to
wait, huh?
I need to see how bad it is with my own
Nah,
two eyes.
nah, nah. You can't. Nah,
yeah.
nah.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Wait, wait. So, brother, so you
Oh,
mean to
yeah.
tell me you're on a WWE based television podcast?
And I will
Is
be
it?
wearing WWE merchandise in
And
the
you going
same venue
to?
where I
And
had
you
my
going?
graduation, watching the carnage with a smile on my
And you
face,
and
saying,
you
"Y'all
going?
did this
And
to
you going?
yourself."
And you going to a show that you paid $12 for?
We're not discussing how much I paid for the ticket.
The ticket. But nah, nah, enjoy that. Shit. Alistair Black. Y'all think Alistair Black pulling up too? No matter of fact, let's scratch that. What the hell is in this box that Jag Gable got?
He's trying to just learn the dark arts of lucha libre from some person out there. My
Who the
initial
hell was he
theory,
talking to? Mr. Miyagi?
Right. Like,
Like, come on, man. I like the whole scenery nigga outside. Like, I'm glad they're giving us some shit, some content, but it's like
uh,
that box better not be no regular ass bags from the store. Like that, it's gotta be some shit. You ain't gonna give us all this and then it's just some regular ass mass, right?
well, now here's the thing: he will be on a promotion run by NW Wolfpack legend, LAX legend Conan. He's running AAA. He's down there. Another former WWE guy down there that's has history in lucha libre is Alberto Del Rio. I can see them two maybe clicking up down the road or something since they're both heels down there.
What do you think is in the box per se?
It's definitely a mask, I would assume.
Yeah.
The question is like, again, is WWE making the mask, or is AAA having some word in how the mask is gonna look, or does Chad have a creation in mind?
Man
This
coming
shit
out
better
like the
not be
Patriot.
no. This shit better not be no. This is Rey Mysterio's first match from 1995. Like, this better not be no shit like that, man.
Well, again, I do plan on watching AAA this spring along with some New Japan since that's picking up in a couple weeks. So I will be happy to give you a status update when that happens.
You going to go see Dynamite, man? You going to go see Orange Cassidy versus um, what's the dude name? Cal Fletcher. Like, oh
I'm gonna see Ricochet look like a damn jackass.
yeah, them niggas done fell off. Whoever, yeah, that show. I don't know. That show was in the dirt.
But
What's up,
again,
Amethyst? I see you out
eh,
there.
Hurt Syndicate, they're trying to turn chicken shit into chicken salad, so they're probably one of the few good things about the show, if not the
Right.
only good thing. Because MVP is a smart individual. He probably told Tony, "I got it in my contract. You can't touch what I'm doing. Therefore, there's no way you can fuck this up. Just wait till the." Could you imagine if they get Cedric Alexander in LA this weekend?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Bobby Lashley very different from all the past WWE talent that went to AEW in terms of an older talent. That dude still look like on the top of his prime. Like he could be 46. Dude look like he's 36. He
He's
ain't going
pushing
there.
50, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying. Like he different from the others that kind of went over there and was at the like very end of their shit. Like he could be at the end of this shit, but he don't even look like it. I'm be honest. He
To
do
me,
not
this
look
is
like it.
probably like as good as when Christian went to TNA, in which he got scary good after that. Now, granted, Bobby Lashley's already done it with Japan and Impact beforehand, but this version of Lashley, it's like like he finally gets what Brock is trying to put him on this whole time to again be selfish.
The only reason I'm disappointed in him is like, you know what I'm saying? The only reason he's not in WWE now is because they ain't throw him the bag he wanted. They threw him a bag, just not the bag he
He
wanted.
said it wasn't enough. I
Yeah,
want Roman's
like,
money.
you know what I'm saying? When you done with AEW and whatever you doing, Bobby, come back, work with this crop of talent. You and Braun Breaker, you and Carmelo Hayes, all of these new guys. Like, come on, bro.
Imagine Lashley and Obafemi.
Come on, bro. Boy, Bobby, man.
Imagine what Shelton Benjamin could teach a Trick Williams.
Yo,
Trick
Snakes.
Yo,
Did you happen to catch the next match after that opening segment today? Otis versus Gunther.
yeah, I did.
How'd you feel about that, man? I think it's about time Otis look like they made him look worthy out there.
took him long enough to
Yeah,
let people
yeah,
shit.
man. Chops back and forth from Otis and Gunther. Yeah, that was a dope match. It was more entertaining than I thought. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with you. I think Otis definitely deserved more looks for sure.
I
It's a
know
big
Razor
brother,
was
man.
definitely happy.
I told him about some bullshit for this.
All right, so
For
good.
the
By
first
all,
time since the year 2018 of our Lord, they let Otis do what Otis does. Fuck some shit up.
mm,
This is his best match probably since then. Maybe even since NXT with Heavy Machinery.
yeah. I mean, I might have to agree with that. Like, he definitely looked like he was a heavyweight competitor. All gimmick aside, all Alpha Academy orange T-shirts to the side.
Folks don't know. If you let him go, he can go with, as you know, with some of the best of them.
I mean, again, Tozawa looked good last week. Otis looked good this week. Maybe they, let them break apart from each other. I've been saying, yo, Snake. I also mentioned this last week. How you feel about WWE maybe bringing back a cruiserweight championship for the likes of like a Tozawa? Maybe you throw the belt on a Carmelo Hayes and let him front on that division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are
Build
for
up.
niggas like Ray Phoenix and them niggas. They come over and shit. Like you gotta have a whole bunch of those
Um,
type of dudes.
And I
agree. I think it should be a cruiserweight belt. Come back. I like that idea.
yeah.
I do.
A
Again, I
part of
think
me,
when I think of cruiserweight is the time that Neville had it, and he was like the king of the cruiserweights. He was fronting on that whole division. Like it's so many
but
different.
before that, look what Enzo did for the belt.
There's so many stars you could build with that. You know what I mean?
Or go back in time to where you had the likes of Billy Kidman, Jamie Noble, Chavo Guerrero, the Hurricane,
To Jerry,
All London, Brian Kendrick, Tajiri, even Jericho, Eddie, and Benoit. Everyone was different in their own way. No two people were alike.
Juventud Guerrero.
Thank you.
facts.
Talk to him, Snakes.
You just keep forgetting about him. Like he was one. Like he wasn't one of them. I used to watch
Hey, no, no, no,
Nitro.
no,
I used
no,
to
no, no,
watch
no, no, no.
Nitro just to see him sometime. Like Juventud on
Well,
it.
well,
They like,
well,
nah, he's
think about it.
different.
Like he's always been that one dude that's just been in that murderer's row of a division. And it's like there's you can name 20 guys, and then you go, fuck that, he's there too. Shit. And then you go down the list, who else is over there? God damn it. They was just
Yeah.
deep.
Cause the Snake's point about a Ray Phoenix like Dragon Lee that's in the LWO. It's kind of like hard to throw him in the mix of anything right now when he don't even got a real tag team partner. He's in the group with
Or
like
look at Santos. Santos is a small guy himself.
exactly another good example right there. How
Shit,
Chad Gable could be like
you see how Leon Andrade is
You
right
know,
now. Who knows what he
low key,
weighs?
Dominic Mysterio could be the cruiserweight champion.
That too. Again, like I said,
He could be the
it,
first nigga with the belt. Honestly, they need to throw that on him out
I
the.
wouldn't
Give
be
me that.
mad at that because again, and again, back to my point earlier from WCW, even the old WWE days, love it or hate it, but if you put it to make a division out of them, folks, it's a deep division. And let's not forget, NXT got about 15, 20 guys in their own damn selves. You got
Yeah,
Wesley, you got what's the name, Oro Mensah, you got well, what's Regal's son.
shout out to my nigga Ricky
even the
Saints. By the
guys
way, I ain't
on
talk about.
Ricky
I ain't speak
Saints.
about Ricky Saints, but they WWE they just got niggas just coming. Like they just grooming niggas, just keeping niggas sharp, shining niggas up to like he's going when he come to the main roster, it's gonna be lit when he pull
Penta
up.
versus Dom for the cruiserweight championship. That'd be crazy.
And
Yeah.
then again, I can see Dom winning that and Penta and Phoenix going just running rush out the tag teams.
How you ever feel about this Penta rollout suit jacket rollout? Like
That shit type
would
fire.
like Woodho, Vito. Like I fuck
I'm
like I
telling you,
At
want to see him come
snakes.
out and make appearances like that with like jackets and shit on. Like, how do you view that shit, Razors? That shit like that shit is
Snakes.
on some
Let
pro
me
shit.
answer that with a question. Have you seen his Joker fit yet?
Nah.
My brother, you don't know.
Oh, so you saying this is what he do? This is up his alley. This is
oh
what he
yeah.
do.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay, I
He about
got
to
you.
be on some bullshit. He is finally coming into his own. Like he got that swagger. He got that machismo. That confidence is at a over 9,000. He in the groove now.
Right. Nah, I got you.
And then like I said, when his brother comes, he gonna be like, "Hey, this is how we doing stuff." And then we may see
Who's his brother?
Ray
Ray
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Huh?
Ray Phoenix is his little brother.
Penta's brother?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy. Nah, they gonna be an ill
bro,
tag team.
bro. And again, there was a time where everyone said that these two were easily the best tag team in the world. Again, imagine the Hardys moving this just like the Steiners. That they can high fly all over the place. They can match you power for power, pound for pound. Snake, you're gonna be in for a treat. You see
What
how
about
nice
the
Jacob be moving. Um, Imagine two guys that move like Jacob and work like Jacob.
They were
do
one of the
NXT still got? I
delights.
mean, do that AEW still got rights to them hardwood dudes?
FTR, unfortunately, they're gonna be there until like Jericho's there or whatever.
Yo, WWE got FTR. It'd be lit. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
think
Yeah,
so?
yeah. No,
They
no.
give me that old
Honestly,
school Rick Steiner. Like they give me that old
I
school
don't know.
tag
I don't
team
know.
feel. Like
The tag team that Hurt Syndicate's gonna be wrestling, I feel could be in WWE soon. That's the Outrunners. I don't know how old they are, but if Triple H or Shawn Michaels get their hands on them, you see how quick the rollout went for Penta.
They'll take over the NXT division, bro, in a
Oh,
heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
who
easily
y'all said?
the
The
Outrunners.
Outrunner. They look like a
Exactly.
real 80s, bro. Like
They,
they
they
wear
straight up
vibrant, bright
80s
colors.
80s
Yeah.
vibe, like
They
they,
yell in their
they're
promos
FTR
like
with
I'm good.
personality.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It almost feel like, dare I say, like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man.
They got that type of swagger to them.
Yeah,
I like how Motor City Machine Guns got inserted. Like they doing their thing.
Hmm.
They doing their thing.
And they just putting all the young crews on, just saying, "Hey, we're gonna be here for a
Right.
little bit. We're just here just to get you your reps, and we're
my
here to
thing is,
unfuck. We're here to unfuck Johnny Gargano to the best of our abilities. Or else his ass is fired."
I just been like I've been an advocate of the Street Profits for so many years that I hate that they gotta fall to this shit. Like, all right, send them to Raw then. Let them compete over there. You know what I mean? Like,
But
if you don't want, it's just that
this version
carousel
should
for them
happen
on
a long time
SmackDown.
ago.
Yeah, bro.
Again, this
They,
definitely been what they've been doing, but this should happen a long time ago.
cause that whole little attacking everybody, like they had that good 2 out of 3 falls match at what was it? Fucking
It was
whatever
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, right? Then Street Profits come and interfere. Street Profits about to have their match on SmackDown. Then DIY interferes. It was just like, oh fuck, bro. Like I
But
can't even see them have a
let's
match.
not
Like,
forget another tag team that they're getting up to the same caliber. Yes, boy. They're getting pretty deadly up there with them, saying, "Hey, you guys can hang with them in the ring." Let's.
Don't be surprised they win it to go pretty
I'm
deadly.
telling you,
Don't be
I've been
surprised,
telling
man.
y'all for the last few months. And Snake, you're the first one to say I'm full of shit for that.
Cause I ain't gonna
I
lie, if you think
remember
about it, they actually fought back. They were hurt for a minute. They had a little buzz, and then they got hurt. And
Elton
then
Strong
yeah, one of them got
man
hurt.
dislocated his shoulder and said, "I got to be in a wheelchair."
Yeah, nah, they had that John Morrison entrance coming out when the shit slow mo, like whatever the hell that shit is. But like, I won't be surprised if you put the traps on them brothers.
AG,
Like, I
don't be so
won't.
mad about that. Let it happen. Embrace
You
it.
ain't Jack. Hold on. And listen, he gonna be more. They might get it before Street Profits.
I knew that. I know. Yeah, I mean,
They
I,
low key.
but hear me out. Imagine if that's the match for SummerSlam. SummerSlam about to be 2 nights this weekend or this year.
Could it be like a 8-man tag? Like, nah, we don't want no shit from like last year with that ladder shit. That shit was
I wanted the tag teams to be, or actually all mid card titles to be in the chamber this year, not anything else. That would have
yeah.
been much better than what we got. Now, granted, what we got this week, this Saturday, we were fucking spoiled, but I feel my contingency plan would have been just as good.
What if they had a tag team elimination chamber?
It's happened a couple times before.
Oh, word, where they had two of them in the pods? They had that?
yeah.
Damn,
The
I ain't
pods
never
were a
see
little
that.
bit
Which year was
bigger.
that? What year was that?
This was during the bad Vince bullshit era, where a lot of people try to forget purposely.
Yeah, they need to bring that back.
They even
Because
had a
again,
Intercontinental Championship one we forgot about.
and a US one. Yeah, but again, like I said, for the first time in a long time, every division's deep. Like it may have been a joke beforehand, but you could actually do this now,
We got
and
no Drew
and it's gonna
McIntyre
work.
tonight. Why we didn't get Drew tonight? Is Drew can Drew be a
He
possibly
on
next
SmackDown.
person with the soul? Oh he's on SmackDown. Okay.
That's the only reason I could possibly think of. He was sent to SmackDown during that transfer portal time period, right before Royal Rumble.
What if that was one of Paul Heyman's orders from CM Punk
It could be, but I don't think so.
saying, "Get that motherfucker out of my way"? I already kicked his ass,
I think
like
it's
he
starting
mentioned at the
to.
chamber.
I think it's starting to feel clear. Like to me, maybe the Roman interferes in that cage match, and CM Punk doesn't want to win that way, or maybe there is no. But something happens that Punk is like, nah, 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 nah. I didn't like this, I,
Well,
and
I
I
think
need
this
ends
could
on that.
I think this could be one of those things where, much like how what happened with Roman and Cody, towards again, this is your one because of him. Don't make me regret it. And then that could be a build up for Roman versus Punk down the road, preferably after Roman beats Gunther. Yes, I said it.
Let me ask you a question. Do y'all what's this Jay Make a Wish Kid rollout they doing with him? I'm not really feeling it.
You
I'm
were
If
rocking
saying,
with the
why
fruit
not?
I can
pebbles.
beat
Why
him, I
not?
can beat you. I can beat you. Like this Jay can't beat Gunter. Let's make him like a kid trying to beat the giant. Like, come on, man.
That's the problem with the Saturday night main event. That was my issue with them having them face off and Gunther basically just walking right through Jay.
And now
Mhm.
again, they've backed themselves in the corner to where they have to pull the trigger. Now the
Right. It's
question
no way Gunter leaves out a WrestleMania champion.
no, again, or people may fucking riot in Vegas.
I mean, they did it with Roman and Cody. Niggas was hurt.
No. This how bad it could be. Imagine if Daniel Bryan never beat Evolution at WrestleMania. Imagine how bad that could have been. Now multiply that by at least 10. Now, and again, I don't. If that happens, they could probably work their way out of it. But again, like
The only thing I can give it a pass on is if the final boss finally decides, because remember, Jay won the tag team championships with Cody. He's worked with Cody in the past, and he wants to fuck over Jay's moment. That's the only way I could see Gunther walking out as champion, and then there's even more layers to their feud.
I got a stupid idea that just popped in my head. Does The Rock send out Goldberg? And again, hear me
I
out.
ain't
Hear me
gonna
out.
lie,
The
my
Hollywood
boy
niggas.
Rock running
It,
the old
it gets.
heads.
Believe me, again, I got an idea that gets stupider than that.
Who's next? The Undertaker come out and deliver choke slams for the final boss? Like,
Or Stone Cold.
No.
like what?
I got something stupider than that. Like I said, similar to what I thinking of what you could probably do with Rock and Jay. Maybe Roman tries to, or Rock tries to essentially buy Roman's effect and say, "Hey, I'll feed you the title too. You're my blood." Cody, I expect that out of him, but me and you, we're family. And then but then again, the next question is Heyman on the Rock side? Is he on Roman's side, or is he on Punk's side?
I don't know. I want to say Heyman is on Roman's side. Like you spoke about turning on people before, but like the relationship he
You
got with
think this one's
Roman,
different?
yeah, it feels so much different than the one with Punk, the one with Brock.
Okay, that's fair.
Like the one with Punk felt like, all right, this is somebody I see something in, and the company's just shitting
This
on
was
him.
a business proposition, but with Roman, you're family to me.
Yeah, and we hear that
But
often
again,
with them.
but then again, the question goes: does Roman truly feel the same way, or is the wise man just for business? Because in theory, Roman was kind of using the Usos for business in the beginning. That just happened to be blood. In his mind, none of everything happened because of him. When again, the Usos already probably could have passed New Day's record for the tag team record, regardless of the bloodline. Again, that could have just been a convenience, and Roman capitalizes on that.
Oh hell yeah! There's been times where Roman's the ultimate mastermind. Like I even think about how else do you beat Brock Lesnar, right? You pull away his advocate and make him your wise man. He's been an ultimate
Special counsel.
mastermind. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like so, Roman has been an ultra mastermind.
But again, back to my point with The Rock telling potentially Heyman, but also Jay, you guys are family to me. I'm not going to treat you the way Roman treated you, and then try to lure them in.
Yeah, I'm with Snakes though. Like the whole underdog, he's already an underdog, but for Jay to keep feeling like, I can't beat him. It's getting to me. I hear this every week. Like, yeah.
Another point I'm getting at is instead of selling your soul, it's you're joining family again. But instead of with Roman, this one isn't against your will. It's because you're choosing to willingly. That could be the story that's painted between Rock and Roman, with the Rock deceiving them and essentially being almost like a prophet to them.
Nah, I think yeah, but I mean I'm gonna go with what I said. I think the final
Hold on, I'm about
boss
to roll this blunt.
could
Hold on.
have a hand in fucking over Jay Uso too. Cause I'm gonna just say this, since we like the theories, you know what I'm saying? All the hand signals, the threes, the twos, the ones. I don't really think I'm gonna give a different take from what people saying. People, oh, who else is he gonna add? I think it's who else is he gonna take out, or who else is being removed from the equation.
Okay, so with that being said, aside from Punk and Roman, who's next?
It could be Jay
Then
again,
again,
cause the
who
reason I
do you
say that,
send after him?
I'm looking at the bad blood moment, right? If we going back to bad
Right?
blood, Roman and Cody started this help each other shit.
True.
And then Jimmy was there, so The Rock delivers the three again. Then you see Solo in the crowd. Oh, this is part of the plan.
So you
So
think
what?
Solo takes out Jay?
I don't know if that happens, but I could see Solo being one of the ones that The Rock recruits at some point,
Well,
which is why
well,
he's not stressing so much on
well.
SmackDown.
Well, the reason why I bring that up is I don't know if you and I touched on this on the SmackDown before the Chamber, but Solo attacked Cody when SmackDown went off the air.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
So
And
again, there could be some truth to that.
Solo doesn't look like he's been stressing on SmackDown. He got Jacob looking for him. Where you at? He's just sitting there. I'm right here, bro. What happened?
I'm here now. What you need?
Like,
I love you, Jacob.
and I made that whole point about bad blood that after that, Jay went on to help Roman and he's teamed with Cody in the past to win championship. Gold.
But also with Solo, who does Solo beat at WrestleMania?
At this WrestleMania or before
He beat
John
he
Cena?
John
beat John
Cena.
John
Cena at
Cena.
WrestleMania.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come clean. Wow, that was a great to point that out.
We going
I was
down
gonna
the
say
rabbit
about
hole, folks.
Solo, this role that Solo playing, like Solo not scared of none of you niggas. And this is why I need niggas to make sure that Solo don't look weak in none of this shit. Cause let's not forget he came in this shit street champ. He really one of them niggas from the block. Let's not make Solo some regular nigga. Nah. Jacob, you want smoke, you can get the smoke. Like, let's not make Solo. Yeah, Solo need to be like Jacob. You gotta shout out to Jacob, but can you beat Solo?
But remember,
Can you
after
beat Solo? I don't know. I don't know if Tommy you could beat Solo. I don't know. Y'all could beat Solo.
after the match with Roman on Netflix, the Solo was supposed to acknowledge Roman. That has never yet to happen. That was part of the deal. So maybe the Rock's calling out saying, "Hey, no, you ain't doing that. You
Which is
Roman
again
know."
gonna be at
why like
SmackDown, right? This Friday, Roman.
Again, I don't expect him until next Monday. To be honest,
yeah, next Monday.
Wait, so Roman's on Raw.
He- he's a free agent.
Oh, he's on whatever fucking yeah.
He's always been a free agent
They go whatever flesh show he want to be on. That's why.
on whichever show he deems worthy.
That's fire. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think Solo again, back to my point, I think he was just been real chill. Like you said, Snake, he
Mhm.
don't look worried about nobody.
Yeah.
And he's still to some
He ain't
degree
afraid of
making plays.
nothing.
Yeah,
How do
like
y'all
him
feel
telling
about the
Jacob.
subtle? How do y'all feel
Mhm.
about the subtle flip to like "I love you, Jacob" now, and like how do y'all feel about that?
He tried to get Jacob off his scent. He Jacob smelling some funny business. Then Solo's trying to just give him the false hope.
And how do y'all feel about the fact that Tama has not? Tama is like he not thinking twice who he's with. Like it's like Solo brought you here, but like he's rocking with Jacob wholeheartedly.
Well, you seen the ways Tama looked at him when he patted him on the chest. He was ready to run it right there on the spot.
I think that's because, like in story, those are the two outsiders that Solo brought in. So Roman and the rest of the fam weren't even looking at Jacob and Tom. But like, I think Jacob knows Solo's full of shit, but he's also wary about doing anything because he knows Solo might have more pull in the family, more time. He's been in the bloodline while The Rock was there.
Mhm.
Everybody else came after. After that loss at WrestleMania 40, they came after. So Solo, they kind of like, damn, do we really jump on him knowing that he got the rest of the family still? Like, that's why I mean, I don't really think him telling he loved Jacob is. I think Jacob know he's full of shit, especially how he's saying it. Like, Jacob talk like he got logical sense in his mind when he cut his promos. You see the demeanor Solo do like, well, I guess, like he's being a dickhead to them right in front of their face.
Right, right. He is,
He,
and
he,
I,
he
and,
being a
and I like it.
dickhead to them. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Right, right. No, I agree with that.
which is
I
to
think I
Razor
think
point. Tom
Solo
looking
definitely
at
could
him.
be a part of that. Yeah, Solo definitely could be a part of that shit with the Rock for sure.
But now the question is, who would be the third man?
Drew McIntyre.
I don't know why. For me, it made sense for
What if
like
it's Randy?
the Miz. The Miz just he fits another wrestler turned Hollywood actor.
I'm not.
What about
Uh-uh.
Randy?
Miz.
I mean, they did look, and to talk about history, The Rock helped the Miz beat John Cena at Mania, if I'm not mistaken.
But if he's trying
Mhm.
to assemble like his version of gods, again, you got Randy.
I mean, Miz did tell Cody if you don't take it, somebody else will. Like he kind of warned him when he seen them backstage. Miz
Yeah,
did tell Cody that.
But
And
could you take
John,
Miz seriously?
right? But what HD saying, what he's saying about Miz, it's like, did Miz know something? You know what I mean? Is Miz in on it? Is
that
you know
would,
what I mean?
bro, that would
Well,
elevate the
Miz is
Miz so
the
much
type of guy
more.
to where it's like, again, you
You do
always try to
wonder
play the easy
what is
route.
next for Miz? Like, what do you do with him now? You know what I mean? Kind of like the true shit came, all right, cool. Like, he had this carrying cross shit with them TikTok, all right, cool. Like, what we doing next with the Miz? We know that he's a nigga that's going to be around, but like, what are you doing with him?
And I think it's no accident they kind of been putting him in front of Cody the last few weeks.
If you
Like,
make something out of our truth, maybe going rogue as to why Cena did what he did, I could see Miz being used as fodder for that. Aside from that, I don't know what else you could do with him that would actually be worth doing.
I mean, unless you got The Rock planning on taking over both shows, have Cena as the champion of SmackDown, and whoever the third man is
Wait.
be the
Hold on. I just
champion
thought
of
about
Raw.
something. What show is John Cena and all them on?
There again, Cena's a free agent. Roman's a free agent.
Cody on SmackDown, where that belt is at. That's why I keep saying the
Okay, so if
SmackDown
they're on
show.
SmackDown, most of the static will be possibly SmackDown, right?
Hmm.
Yes,
What else squad got moved to SmackDown?
the Wyatts and Bo allegedly is no
Can
longer.
we get one of them involved? Can we get one of them to pull up on John? Can we get Bo to pull up on John? Like how you do that? Like if they thing was like getting on people that turn like wouldn't John be the perfect target for them next?
Maybe that's Cross.
Again, something that you said earlier in the show, Snakes. How does John Cena walk away after 40 dates after doing this? How does like
Mhm.
December be the end all be all? That's it. From right now to December for John. I mean, I could see it.
40 don't feel
They
like
play
nowhere near enough.
if nah.
Because if he wins 17, you gotta. I think he stays to the next WrestleMania, wouldn't he?
Nah, I'm concerned that either The Rock or Cody. Well, my more concern is the Cody winning it back from Cena, because then it puts us back at square one.
Wait. The Roman is here. We not Roman ain't letting niggas play hot potato with this belt.
That's I shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't.
Right.
That's my concern. Because out of all the people Cody done ran through this whole time he's been here. Beat Seth 3 times. The Beast, Gunther. I mean, you name him, he beat him. Cena that hasn't won in a very long time. There has to be chicanery. The Rock has to cost Cody. It can't just be John Cena as a heel walked up in there and beat Cody. Like Cena has to do the most heelish shit in that match if that's what it's gonna be.
Like when Stone Cold won and the nigga got dirty,
Gotta
he
be.
just hit the Rock with a bunch of steel chairs until it was like,
Yeah, like so it was.
How wild would it be if The Rock somehow manages to pull off what we recently have accepted as an unthinkable and acquire the services of another one of ghosts of Cody's past, being Brock Lesnar?
I mean, I don't think he would fit with them to be honest.
No, but again, if you're just going for just undisputed dominance, again, you could incorporate maybe a Randy, Cena, and Brock as like the ultimate trio, his titans
that shit
to
is
whatever he's trying to
insane.
do. That's
Bro, them
supposedly
three niggas is
above the
beast.
bloodline.
Yeah, that's OD.
That's OD.
But again,
John, Brock, and Rock.
you want to assemble something that's bigger than the bloodline. What else than the last three guys of the last great era we had, the ruthless aggression era?
That'd be
You got
crazy.
Randy going back to the, oh wait, I'm gonna pump motherfuckers' heads off. You guys seen it going heel for the first time in 20 years. Why not get the Holy Trinity and get Brock fucking Lesnar?
Mm.
It
We don't know
practically
if
writes
Brock is.
itself.
We don't. Brock is in cases with Vince. We don't know where Brock is at
Well,
with that.
again, that's probably the only thing slowing that down. But again, imagine if Rock says, "No, fuck that. I got the checkbook. I'm getting whatever we want on Netflix's dime." The only thing, again, Rock essentially is above Triple H. He could make that move.
Mhm.
That's the part of this whole story that makes it very compelling that The Rock is above. He's at the head of this, like you know what I'm saying. He's
Like he
sitting at the
legitimately
TKO.
is. That's the crazy part
Yeah,
about it.
like
Again, it's one thing that we saw when Vince was doing that, but again, like we grew up watching The Rock. The Rock legitimately bought his way into the company, and Ari Emanuel, who owns not only WWE but UFC and the PBR and about half of the shit we see on American entertainment and stuff throughout the world, but he told Rock, "This is your company. You run this shit." And maybe the Rock's gonna say, "Yeah, I run this. Whatever I want, I'm gonna fucking get. No one can tell me no."
Long as it's not cheesy, Rock, we with you.
But again, I think that because of his pull with the guy who runs the business and his pull in Hollywood, Rock might get slick and think he's more bulletproof than Vince ever was because Rock legitimately knows everybody.
I mean they almost got bold last year, and I would have not been
Telling you,
mad at it personally. Like I've been waiting for that Rock versus Roman since the head of the table phrase was thrown out. We all kind of knew where that was supposed to go. Like whoa,
and like I told you earlier, it's like he's telling his fans like, how bad do we want it? Like he's
Very
gonna
bad.
make us wait for. He's gonna make us earn it because he knows that when we do it, it's gonna be a big money fight, and let's iron out some other contracts so we can guarantee we are getting the biggest pie of the biggest fucking bag. This money is staying in the family.
I mean it sound good. I told you what I thought the other day. I hope this doesn't turn into one of the dream matches that we never got.
Again, with Rock's age, that always is the concern. But again, they don't have to do nothing too crazy. So again, I think we're probably good for at least I say 3 to 7 years from now. Which again, I know it's a long time, but again, look how fast shit moves.
The Rock is currently 52 years old. He will be 53 in May.
Okay, and I look at someone like a Billy
Rock
Gunn
hasn't
who's in
lost.
his
Rock
mid
hasn't been
sixties.
pinned since 2013. By the way, he's on a 12-year
but again,
undisputed streak.
I look at someone like a Billy Gunn who's well into his mid sixties and he's still moving as good as he was in the Attitude Era, and he's bigger.
The
And
Rock
The
tore
Rock
his
has been able to take care of
groin.
himself. Was that?
He tore his groin delivering the rock bottom to Cena.
Well, again, you got that's because The Rock is either whatever he's on is deteriorating his body, or again, ring rust is a real thing.
He did look good last year though.
Wearing the wrong footwear could do damage on all parts of the body. So who knows what could have happened with that?
I mean, it could simply be the repetitions. He's popping out once not
Once a
really.
year.
Yeah, like.
And last year he went double duty.
Mhm.
And again, body ain't seen that in shit 15, 20 years. Especially double duty.
Yeah, like his other run before, we seen more matches where it was like him and Cena versus Truth and Miz, or then he
Shit,
beat
10 years
CM
ago he
Punk
had a
at
title
Rumble.
run.
Yeah,
But again, let, let's see what workouts he's doing lately. Again, I would almost have to assume that he's doing something at this year's Mania. Either with Cena, either with potentially Roman, either potentially with Cody. Who knows? Maybe all the above.
man. Tonight's episode of Raw was definitely fire because it was a great follow up. It did something very rare, which is set up the next week episode of Raw, which is gonna be a bang out the garden. It seems like we got the backstage segment when AJ Styles was being interviewed. Remember Snakes was talking about, did you find it odd that they asked him about what was going on with The Rock and all of that? Then we seen Karrion Kross jump right behind him.
Give him a nice little bro hug.
And he basically, Jedi mind tricked him into calling out Logan Paul next week, which is again, I think it'd be. I mean, what if they do some massive ass Intercontinental Championship match at Mania? Because it seems like Logan Paul is free. I thought we would have had a few scenarios for him, and seems
Well,
like he's kind of
the one
free.
we assumed got ruled out Saturday night.
Correct.
Let's
And
see.
then
How
the
they all
the
have
Punk stuff seemed like a follow up. Like
same
it
with
might have been
Cena.
Punk. Yeah.
Um, yeah, you'd almost have to assume the IC title.
So
Because he
it'd be
said he's a
fire.
Raw. He said he's full time on Raw.
Yeah, it'd be fire if they do some kind of championship scram, or like this is the time to be creative, man. This is the time, or go back into the bag of something we've never seen before. Like,
You allow well be I wonder who owns the name of the stipulation, but you can call something else. And I'm talking about a match that Jeff Jarrett made famous at TNA, the King of the Mountain match. So if for those that may not be familiar with it, is you have it's a ladder match, but it's a different type of ladder match. So again, uh, you have to get a ladder to climb the cage, but if you take a pinfall, you have to sit in a penalty box for like 5 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever the case may be. But it's a cage, and it's similar to NXT has tried it before, I believe, but do that on the main roster. You imagine how good it'd be.
it could be. I mean, it got
So do you remember that memeable picture of Ethan Page looking at the plexiglass and Oba Femi rises behind him like a damn demon?
yeah.
Well, you swap that out for a pod similar to the Elimination Chamber pod. It's just a cage like a telephone room.
Okay.
And again, it's if you take a pinfall, you're in that penalty box for a couple minutes, and then if you get more than one person in there, you know shit's popping off.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, just in a psychological way, people probably won't like this idea, but what if you had a over, don't call it a battle royal, you call it a over the top elimination match because everybody seems to run away from Braun Breaker. So you just, it's not a cage match. It's a strictly we all getting busy in this ring, and as soon as you done, I'm throwing your ass out. Have it feel more different, a psychology feel.
So it's a battle royal style. You could
Correct.
almost incorporate the fact that once you get to say like 4 or 6 people, you can only be eliminated by a pinfall or submission.
That'd be fucking fire.
And again, they've done that before. NXT's done that before. Again, try something like that. Again, you got enough bodies for it. You can do at anywhere from 6 to 10 folks.
Then when it gets to the final four, like you said, now it's elimination by pinfall submission.
You could even get pettier and say you can be eliminated by DQ, and then you can get one of your favorite little ref bumps in there.
Mm.
You got options.
But it's looking like next week gonna be a stacked show at the Garden, which I didn't really expect nothing less. I feel like with what they announced, we might gonna have a surprise next week. I don't know what it is, but again, we'll get to that in a bit because I do say that with reason. We spoke about it a little bit. We get back from the commercial break. We get the women's IC title on the line. Ivy now versus Lyra Valkyria. Um, I had high hopes for this. I thought
We
this would
all
have been a
did.
yeah. I thought this would have been a time to you know, maybe throw it on Ivy now. They've been talking about we're gonna bring home championships to Gable before he comes back, and it's gonna be
What
interesting to see.
realistically, what do you do from this moment? Because again, it seems like with other situations, they're backing themselves into a corner,
I,
and this seems more. With other situations, it seems acceptable, but this one seems beyond unnecessary.
remember when Edge and Christian was Los Conquistadors?
Yeah,
I feel like Gable gonna come back, be a lucha wrestler, and he gonna make the Creed brothers lucha Conquistador 1, Conquistador 2. Like if we're gonna have them lose and none of them bring championships home today,
again, I feel like again, I they could win at Mania. I'm holding on to hope for that. Not a lot. It's not. It's not a lot of hope, but it's a little bit.
and I'm not going. Yeah, we'll get to that match later too, because I had my opinions about the Creed brothers versus the War Machine match. But yeah, Lyra Valkyria was able to defeat Ivy now to retain.
And again, the
I-
match was fine, but a title change would have been refreshing.
It's because we talk about all of this hard work, hard. I'm not saying I've been on record to say this before. I firmly believe if you're on WWE getting TV time, you must be working some kind of hard. Like they're not just gonna
At
throw.
what point are you done paying the dues?
Right. Ivy now has been featured on television since the YS6 storyline. Like she's been working,
Since
showing
Diamond Mine,
range.
she's been on TV.
Yeah, showing range this whole time. So to continue to be used as the competitor, put over a Lyra that arguably, I mean, she's fresh off becoming the NXT champ. She was NXT champion about almost a year ago. There's really no need to force the put
Yeah,
over. It's either can you get over or not.
exactly.
Yeah, it feels a little forced to throw the championship on her because the type of momentum she had in NXT. At least that's how it feels to me. Like you've had other ladies that been on the main roster showing range for a minute that could have benefited from the moments.
You even teased her and Jordan Grace being a tag team opponents for the championships.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
I didn't. Oh man, we get another backstage segment. Um, we see Rollins and Punk going at it again, bro.
Pierce trying to escort him out the way, or someone try to ask him escort him, and then Punk smelt his cologne went nearby, made a beeline for him, and round two was on.
I'm not gonna lie, I love how Seth said, bro, like you have the most easiest job in the world. Like, just book the damn match. Like, what do you like? What's
I
all
want him in a cage.
what's all yeah? What's all this acting like you don't like you can't do, bro? Like that type of reaction from Seth is yeah, that was I love it. I love
But
it.
here's my issue with that. This is what everyone was doing. Pierce when he first took the job. It's like again, you're just in his face. You telling him he ain't shit, whatever, and then he just sits there and takes it. Why again? Why did we regress with him?
Man, again,
He
he
was doing just fine. He had a pair of nuts on him, and you just clipped him again.
mean pick it. He I've always felt like he picked and choose who he could do that with too.
Pikachu's hell. He's known everyone on that damn roster for the last 20 plus years.
I mean, I don't see him talking to the tribal chief like that when they come through and do
He ain't
whatever
ever
they want.
there.
Again, when he is,
Again, he's done it with Heyman,
uh,
and Heyman's bowled right back at him. But again, it's like I don't know.
yeah,
It's just one of those things. It's like
as
we see what
announced,
it is and we see where it was, and it's like, why are we going backwards?
we get that steel cage for next week in the Garden. Another announcement for next week.
Again, massive match.
hmm We get Ludwig Kaiser coming out, cutting his promo on.
On his bullshit.
It was, but I'm gonna be honest. It was just like I, I'm losing the hype I have for Ludwig. Like I wanted to see
This
good
should have
things for him,
happened a while ago. I know.
and then I feel like nothing good is gonna come out of this for him anyway. Like I think the idea might be to put Penta over here. I'll be surprised if when they done with their business,
Is
Kaz is
Penta
the
done
one.
running with Pete Dunne?
I don't know what they're doing with them. That's why I didn't want them to get into a program.
Yeah.
Ludwig pinned Pete Dunne the last time these three were in a triple threat match.
Yep. So why aren't we getting Ludwig versus Pete Dunne?
Yeah, I wasn't really. I think it was a misusage too on the behalf of like Penta. Like if we ain't gonna really see him in the match, it was cool to see him go out there do his thing, but I could have just it's either match or not. Like that wasn't necessary for me. I was good on that.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, we get a little segment back. Bianca saying she was innocent. She didn't take out Jade, and yeah, that's
She still
kind of
got to
her.
talk with
Yeah, that's kind of her addressing that situation, because mind everybody, she's gonna sit at ringside to view Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. So we
Mm-hmm.
got Bianca in the building spectating. But moving on, we get the World Tag Team Championship match between the War Raiders and the Creed brothers. Right before that, they showed us Chad Gable getting to Mexico, Mr. Miyagi telling him a few things. This is where they drop the ball for me sometimes, bro. Like, if this is gonna lead to nothing more than some chicanery where he's going under a luchador gimmick for like 2 weeks,
I don't know. I think this might this definitely could be a couple months. I would hope.
For what, bro? For what?
Again, you can save Gable for when Phoenix shows up.
Yeah, I feel like Gable to me is one of the ones that he can be Kurt Angle esque,
Yep.
and I haven't seen Gable hold any championship gold in my recent memory. I don't. Has he won singles gold?
Nope.
And right now with this current team he has, American made, I think it's the perfect time to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, do the real underhanded heel shit, have his team help him win, or if they deem to be dominant heels where they don't even need to resort to underhill tag, then so it be. But I think they got legs.
And it's it's an easy layup more than anything.
Especially, they could have easily sent them to SmackDown instead of the Wyatts. Had him take that belt from Shinsuke.
Or let's go down this road. When was the last time they allowed someone to attempt a shooting star press? That was a banned move.
Crazy.
I don't remember who the last one to try it in WWE was, to be honest. Maybe Neville?
Mm.
Look, we can't ignore that. It's like, again, they're talk about being lenient.
Look, again, I think the Creed brothers looked phenomenal in this match, which is why I think they should be tag team champions. But to put over the War Machine, I felt like they had to bring, like, you seen what they was doing, like you said, shooting star presses, 450s, like what, like, and then to still got to lose the match is kind of crazy.
But again, maybe the move could be for them to win at Mania, which would be fine.
Yeah, I would
Because
hope
again,
so.
because again, like we learned the plan of they got to win gold, whatever. This story just started. We got plenty of time until Mania. Now the question is, how do we get there? Uh, And some stuff seems easier said than done, but it's one of those. Can certain chapters can you let them breathe a little bit to see if there's actual longevity potentially there?
No, I mean, again, I got hope for it because
And
I'm high
again,
on them.
they're a very talented tag team. So again, it seems like it's doable, definitely.
After that match, we got, well, War Raiders end up winning that match if we didn't say it, but yeah, the War Raiders end up defending their championships. After that, we get the Judgment Day segment.
A very entertaining segment, if you ask me.
How you feel? Like, I know I text you like, oh, they kind of pivoted away from AJ, which I wasn't. I was just taking notes more than anything. Like,
Well,
okay,
again, maybe they're trying to wrap up uh Braun versus Finn to break them up from Judgment Day, and then say we get Braun AJ at Mania. Say the after Mania, Finn don't get the winner, leading into Backlash.
I was over. I remember telling you a few weeks ago too. Like, what if Finn and AJ just start to align themselves together and do something? But then they started to release the Good Brothers, so I'm like, but
Yeah.
they kind of got them on the same brand and the same
Well,
hub right now. Like,
you still got Tama,
another formate. Brother. And I'm gonna be honest with this version of the bloodline.
it's
Again,
something.
like I mentioned, Solo bring them in as outsiders. This is two gentlemen, Jacob, Tom, actually three, and Tongaloa, that
Hmm.
the rest of the family was like, we're not even bringing them in, bro. They menaces to
And, and,
society.
and
Like,
again, you clearly glanced over someone else that's also there that could essentially play a role. Cody Rhodes.
I mean, we did
Now,
say a few months
now,
ago
now,
too.
would
They
now
have
wouldn't
all
the
the
wouldn't the five
components.
of them be too sweet?
I mean, if we talking about building mega groups, right? Like whatever you suggested earlier, the Rock got his mega group. How else does Cody position himself and find people that you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
those are some right there. And imagine if Cody's able to pull apart Tama and Tonga from them. Like, yo, bro, y'all forgetting what we did in Japan, bro? Like,
we got history.
yeah, they didn't even want you over here. It's a lot. Oh man, that's a lot they could do there. Cause I do find it like a little odd how like Tama Tonga hasn't. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't have a story, even though he's just out there right now. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
It feels like again like they're waiting for a moment. I don't know if they're waiting for his brother to get back or more stuff to happen within the bloodline. But again, there's components that they could go to. Like I wouldn't mind seeing that if they go back to. Cause I felt like they was killing off factions, and if they're killing off factions in order to make two juggernaut like fucking groups, kind of like reminiscent to what everybody's been talking about the past week, the NWO. Remember when they came out with the WCW game, NWO versus the World, or WCW versus NWO? Like, there's legs. Like, this would be the
that's
first
true.
time. I mean, it's more again when Vince McMahon had the corporation. Who was on the other side fighting?
The
Undertaker with the
alliance,
ministry. Yeah. And then you had that part too, the alliance a few years later. But in them WWF days, you had the corporate ministry when Undertaker was fighting against them. Then he had to join them. Like,
but as far as the Braun stuff, how did you feel about the aftermath?
what happened in the he had tackled Carlito. He had run around after I mean that shit was vicious the way he had again, he knows how to turn up the speed when he's doing things like that. Shout out to the cameraman too, though. I ain't gonna lie, cameraman looked like he has some legs. to,
Well,
to
again, the margin of error, like he gets one shot at this,
one shot, bro.
and
This is
he
it.
knows how quickly he moves, so no wasted steps.
Yeah, bro. Again, I think well, even the aftermath, kind of like leading up to it, showed again why Braun Breaker is getting that push. Why somebody like Finn Balor is chose to be in that moment.
To
Finn
get
Balor,
him there.
yeah, Finn Balor was running him down. Like, yo, bro, I put rookies like you down. And then when he comes out, he first takes out Carlito. He turns around, takes out
Well,
Dominic.
far Dom saved him first, and then he started laying everybody out.
Yeah, like, so then after he takes them out, you got Finn just like looking at him like, oh man, I done
Hmm.
started something here. And I'm not gonna lie, Finn was about to get destroyed in the ring if Dominic didn't
Yeah,
save
he
him, bro.
was.
He was about to spear him in half. I was like, I was like, bro, if he
I
gets
don't know.
this one off,
You knew shit was gonna go south because when he set him up for that Gorilla Plus slam,
oh
he
yeah,
already like almost he lost his grip where he had to like catch him again because he almost dropped him
yeah,
because he
cause
got him up too quick.
bro, it looked like he was gonna fly out his hands, right?
Yeah,
Nope, bullshit.
Braun's was like, damn, you are light.
Yeah,
Hate to say it, but again, facts is facts.
yeah, it was one of those moments.
But poor Carlito.
It'll be interesting to see Braun Breaker in the next few months too. Like, does he have another SummerSlam moment where maybe this time it's for the
Does he win
heavyweight
Money in the
belt?
Bank?
Right.
Is that too early in a prediction right now?
Nah, I don't think so because right
And that's the
around
crazy
this
part
time
because he's
last year,
that
we was
good.
calling. Yeah, we was calling it. We said as soon as he gets to Raw, he's gonna win the IC belt. He's gonna be featured
He
on
gonna have it for a
Netflix.
minute, and then
We said all of these things. The only
we know
hiccup
we
was the
know where
J
he's
shit.
destined to be.
Yeah.
It's not just his birthright. He's that damn good.
Oh, and don't talk about the birth. Oh, when his family members, that's
Wrestling has
another,
more than one royal family.
bro. That's another thing like a crazy about a Braun Breaker. Like, oh man,
His cousins are on the way.
yeah,
He got reinforcements on the way. So when he does want to, when we do get him versus Roman, we are getting the Anoa'i Fatu family versus the Steiners. Oh man,
yo, that shit is crazy, bro.
and that could I'm calling it that could be a plausible as quick as they're getting folks up to speed with the training. That may be the War Games match for all we know. Think about
Bro,
that. It is a legitimate possibility, especially with how fast they're training folks and how naturals that family is. Shit, we might see them link up by SummerSlam if they ain't careful.
and his cousin Brock looked like he embraces it with them pictures,
Oh no!
the
He's got a
championship.
brother that's signed too, apparently.
Yeah, I was thinking that when you said his cousin. Yeah, he got a brother too. It's crazy. Family about to run deep in there on the humble. Well, humble for now. When they get there, it's gonna be explosive. Lord,
Again, like I said that there is a chance that is now growing that could be the War Games match. That that is going to be fun to watch.
mm,
Inexperienced or not, again, just based off the name value, as good as they do their video packages, setting the table for it, you know it's going to be an incredible motion picture.
bro, it's
And
gonna be cinema.
can you imagine if you give Scott Steiner a hot mic on Netflix with what Punk and Rock have been able to get away with? You give Scott Steiner a hot mic, you might get 10 million viewers in that segment alone.
Psh, that should go super.
Try me.
What we had after that,
I believe we were getting ready for the main event.
the main event, which was Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the women's heavyweight championship.
With Bianca Belair viewing the match, sitting ringside, where the prime hydration station was set up until CM Punk and Seth Rollins went right through it.
Man, which like to you text me. I was surprised to see it. I seen they brought it back at the chamber. I was like,
I
okay,
didn't even. Did I spot it then? I don't remember. But again, a lot happened that show that could have went through the cracks. But again, it's back.
yeah. But honestly, like I told you my thoughts before, I'll reiterate for the masses that didn't hear, that is spending a night with us. Appreciate y'all. When Rhea Ripley did this entrance tonight and she kind of milked it, was in the moment, soaking everything in, it felt like a big moment. And something in my
It's
mind
rare when she
clicked.
shows this side of her ego.
Yes.
And again, we it's kind of a tell for her to where like, hey, like expect some weird shit.
And then the commentators keep driving home the fact Io Sky has always beaten Rhea
Yeah, Rhea's
Ripley.
never beaten her on the
So
main roster, I believe.
I'm thinking in my head, how like that's kind of
I
obvious, right?
touched on
Because
it last weekend on Friday.
yeah, you would think, well, today's the day that Rhea beats her, then, right? That's my first thought when they keep
But
saying
I
that.
also said that could sit in again. Let's run through the match real quick because again, before I get to what I'm going to say right now, overall again it was a great match as we anticipated. Where it got interesting was towards the end because again this was right. They let me calm myself down because under no circumstance am I saying this is a bad thing. With the last couple episodes of Raw, there have been certain notions to where they've experimented with going beyond that quote unquote 2.5 hour hard stop that we've seen since probably the second, third week of Netflix.
Right.
And yes, this is the road to WrestleMania. You want to give certain stories their time, their moment to shine, whatever, which is cool. Um, if the plan moving forward is to have the 2.5 show just be the bare minimum, whatever, that's fine. And then if they want to get stuff, whatever, mixed up during the Big Four season, that's cool too. Where they went with this, they kind of either someone fucked up or whatever the case may be. But the moment when Rhea is mouthing off to Bianca and Bianca gets a little physical with her in front of Jessica Carr, no bell is rung.
Right.
I was expecting this to be listed as a draw. We're going to build towards a triple threat. But Jessica Carr comes out, tells Bianca that because of how I'm paraphrasing, folks, because how important this match is, I'm going to allow the rules to be bent just a little bit. This is a move that I see very often in New Japan, which again, under certain circumstances, they do that. But for the most part, this is something that WWE almost never does. So it's like, wait a minute, they're not going to do this, are they? Lo and behold, Rhea still doing her stuff, still mouthing off to Bianca, saying, I'll see you at WrestleMania. She gets flipped off from the second, the top rope. Liv hits the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. And no! What the fuck is going on?
Bro. Now I tell you this. Did this happen to you too when Bianca's having that moment? Did you think she's doing some heel like did that heel Bianca start tinkering or did you feel like Rhea Ripley was being a little ambitious and too focused on Bianca
Well,
instead of the
well,
task at hand?
who started it?
I think Rhea Ripley got peeved at the fact that
Rhea got pissed off because Bianca had rolled her back into the ring because
right.
Bianca wanted to see a definitive winner. Rhea started mouthing off first, so she let all that get to her. So Rhea beat herself.
But did she, did she was wrong for that because let's say if she gets counted out, the championship doesn't change hands.
Well,
So
yeah,
Bianca put hands in some shit that maybe she shouldn't have.
but because Bianca Rhea may have been mouthing off, but and I think Rhea might have shoved it first, but then because Bianca retaliated, 99.999% of the time, the ref is ruling
DQ.
this a disqualification.
Right, she had leniency there.
And this is a tactic that WWE has, I don't think they've ever used. And I was like, wait, like hold the phone.
Now I don't know if that was an audible if Jessica Carr took it upon herself like, wow, I mean I gotta call something. I just seen what happened. Cause it did feel a little like when I was like, whoa, she kinda just shoved Rhea into
I,
the apron like
I'm accrediting this to Rock or Triple H are watching what folks from their partner programs and the people that are working with their quote unquote competitors, seeing what they're doing and seeing how it works over there, and they're experimenting with over here. Like I said, this particular tactic, the only time I've seen this consistently was in New Japan,
right.
and like I said, this is a very anti WWE move, something that maybe Vince could have looked at as taboo to where now Triple H is like, no, let's try this out, let's see how. I hear they like this. Let's see how it works. And then again, apparently it works. So Triple H is like, all right, let's put this one in the box again in case we need it again. But what I thought was rather interesting and is what happened after the pinfall had happened. I believe Rhea was already outside of the ring, realizing what had happened, knowing that she kind of let her emotions get the better of her. Netflix lets some f bombs go,
Oh yeah, they letting
a
them
few of
fly.
them. And I was like, oh, okay. So we let bullshit go at the start of the show. We let fuck go at the end of the show. All right. Different. Again, like this show, aside from Netflix, might will probably be listed as the best episode of Raw since the debut. And this seems like the first official Raw on the road to WrestleMania, with given how they've worked as of late, to where each PLE gets its own time to shine. So now that Chamber is come and gone, this is the key in the ignition. We are now officially, as God is my witness, on the road to WrestleMania.
Bro, this was again. This was one of the best Raw episodes, and with WrestleMania being what 6 to 8 weeks away, they took no time getting busy.
6 Raws, 7 SmackDowns, seven
Yeah, they
weeks.
seven. They took no time getting busy. Like they didn't
That
take the
key
foot
is
off
in
the
the
gas.
ignition. They turn the motor over. The motor is on. The engine is warming up. Oh man, here we fucking go. And just remember, we're getting John Cena, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes on St. Patrick's Day supposedly. Also, real quick, did you notice that or this made the news this morning? CM Punk has been removed from some of the UK shows.
Mm,
Could this be part of a storyline?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Because the
Maybe
bulk of the road of the WrestleMania shows are going to be in the UK now. So unfortunately, HD, you and I either got to devote time to the internet to watch the play-by-play stuff, or stay off of Twitter entirely until Raw appears on Netflix. Or here's what I was thinking: what if they experiment with the European times and maybe we get Raw in the afternoon, or in the afternoon for you, in the morning for me?
I mean, I think they said they was gonna drop it live when it happens in real time. Since it's a Raw, now the
Well,
SmackDown one may
we gonna
be
learn in a couple
delayed.
weeks.
Yeah, I
We
think the
will.
Raw one though is gonna be live, and again, like you said, you can
And
watch it at any time after that. Like you get home from school, from work.
like I said, we gonna learn in a couple weeks.
Hmm. The only thing is spoilers, but this is what I say to those: if you at work, you shouldn't be looking at your damn phone anyway.
Hey, don't tell me to live my life. Whose
Don't
side are you on?
complain.
God damn it!
Then don't complain.
I'm not complaining. I'm just putting it out there as, hey, this is what could happen in the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
Shit, the fuck I do to you?
I wouldn't even be mad at it though. Cause if you could find time to look at your phone, then you could watch the show at work. Then right, we good.
Look, it's not my fault that I have mastered a level of art form in the form of multitasking.
I love it.
Be, just because I can get my shit done and get a side hustle on, in this case, done on the side,
I ain't
don't
mad
hate
at
on
it.
my time management.
I'm more of I need the audio book. I need the radio feed, the audio.
Shit. Think about it. By the time the show would end, I would have a few hours before we would technically go live for our regular time, to where I could then do a play plan on top of that. So since you watch PLE like 2 3 times while we're going live, I could put your work against you and do the same shit for Raws during this UK tour. So
And
you won't be
folks,
the only one with all the fucking notes, motherfucker.
I know it sounds insane, but one time for reasons I don't want to disclose, I had to listen to a NFL Super Bowl game on the radio feed
What's wrong with that?
because of the reasons I do not want to disclose.
But no.
And
Why
it
why are
was
you
fun.
why are you ashamed of listening to the game on the radio?
Man, because people would think that you're insane for just not watching the shit. But
I
if you
listen to
listen to
baseball
it,
games on the goddamn radio.
bro, it has such a classic, like, you
It's
draw
an
the
entirely
imagery in your,
different vibe.
bro, different, different.
Again, why the fuck are you ashamed of it?
Oh, I didn't say I'm
You
ashamed of
made
it.
it seem like you was.
Oh, no, where I had to listen to it from, that's the shameful
Again,
part.
look. That's different. Shit happens.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, for the sake of the topic, there is no shame in enjoying a game, no matter how important it is, from the radio.
hell yeah, I had to listen somehow. I was locked down in a cell with the
Motherfucker,
clear
I was trying to
cassette
bail
tape.
you out.
Clear cassette tape.
Linda, listen. We keep it a bug over here, folks. You know how it is.
We
Sometimes
was
shit
on
just. Sometimes we just want
penitentiary.
to rip that band after to see if we still feel.
Hell yeah, we feel. We damn sure feel. But I'm gonna say this though, circling back to tonight, this is one of the perfect reasons why I love wrestling. Feeling like you know what, whether like I said, oh, I think this is gonna happen, to see it marinate. Oh shit, it happened. My reaction when Io Sky pinned her for 1, 2, 3, literally, genuinely, I jumped out my seat because one, I was happy for Io. Two, I was happy and in shock to see WWE. They're not afraid to switch it up.
And then here I was juggling a cigar, trying to pour myself a drink, hearing the 1, 2, 3. I'm just like, huh? What?
Yeah, bro. She was about to go for the super riptide from the corner from the turnbuckle top rope.
Uh
Io
huh.
Sky reversal, Hurricane Rana from the top. Then she
And
gets
then
into her
moonsault.
most. Yeah, oh my. I was like, this is not happening. I I had that stuck moment that like I kind of had to hear it like, okay, new champion, and then I jumped out my chair. I was like,
For the
whoa.
second time within 48 hours, WWE has managed to pull off moments that made time stand still.
Yeah, bro, because everybody's been talking about it. They've been waiting to see Bianca and Rhea
Because again,
Ripley.
because with all due respect, I don't know. I remember how you felt, but I was concerned for this match specifically because I was worried that Rio was going to get that first win over EO in very dominant fashion, and then Rio was going to mouth off to Bianca. But no, that happened in the middle of the match. I was like, oh shit,
Well,
god
yeah,
damn it, I love it when I'm wrong.
that was my concern too because of Io Sky's character at this moment.
Yeah, because
Like,
there were uncertainties with that too.
yeah, so I was surprised to see them. But again, when it's go time, she makes it, you know what I mean, make it real believable and gives the crowd something to cheer for. It was just surprising too. You see two baby faces in here, and
This was
it was,
different,
yeah, it was like crazy.
but again, I love it when I'm wrong.
Now, does this lead to a triple threat match at Mania? Does Rhea cost Bianca for this? Does that except between them going forward? Because I felt like you almost have to look back to this moment. Rhea's gonna feel like Bianca costed her.
Why not a fatal 4-way?
Who would be the fourth?
Who you think?
I can't think right now. I'm just like the wrestling world got me.
Excuse me.
I can't. No,
Who
who you
did she
talking?
have in tears on Saturday while Naomi was getting the dog piss beat out of her?
Jade?
Yes.
That's why I couldn't think because I'm thinking they're gonna do something with her and Naomi. But if you completely remove Naomi,
Na-
then yeah, I could see that.
I hate to put it this way, but the Naomi stuff will probably happen on a SmackDown on a filler episode.
I mean, again, if that's the route we going, then yeah.
Well, and again, like that's what seems logical to me based on, especially with how today's episode of Raw went, with how the overall vibe of the chamber went. This Mania is going to be feels like it feels very different already because they are maximizing chaos in every sense of the term. They are shocking the room. They are just opening that door, throwing the tear gas in, throwing the flashbang in, and just saying, "Have fun."
Is it safe to say that it's like they have to? Like, let's say they didn't do this. Cena doesn't turn. This championship doesn't. Is the road to WrestleMania still like? It feels like something got to happen at that point, right?
Now, because of what's happened since Rumble, even with Jay winning, shit has to happen now. Certain stories now have to be told. If you went a different route, again, who we're at a point to where it's impossible to tell how things could have went if one or two things didn't happen. But because certain things fell in line in a specific sequence, there is no choice but to just commit. Now like I said, the question is like, how toxic, how chaotic are we gonna get? And the way we're going, it's like the overall vibe of the show might be the equivalent of the Undertaker losing the streak.
Mm.
Just imagine that emotion throughout potentially a 3.5 to 5 hour show for 2 days. So anywhere from 8 to 11 hours.
And then just I don't know if we spoke
And
about it. I
then we
don't
got
know.
to go another two and a
Hmm.
half, maybe four on Monday.
It seemed like that Cena and Cody's gonna be the main event. I don't know if you caught that tonight with the video package they played.
Well, again, they've been saying that whoever beats Cody is going to get the main event of WrestleMania. But again, it's like they'll probably be night two. Jay and Gunther will be night one.
Hmm.
Which again, that's fine because I think unfortunately we anticipated that because of certain circumstances that we didn't see Tiffany and Charlotte main eventing. It just that didn't seem feasible. There's just no way. Both men's titles, they're white hot right now. And no disrespect to now Io versus Bianca, this match is going to be one of the matches on whether it's night one or night two to where for the men and women, go fucking top that. And imagine if it's a triple threat or a fatal four way. God damn it. Go fucking top that. Good luck. Because whether it's a triple threat or fatal four way, it will be one of, if not the best match of the weekend. I'm telling you right now.
This is gonna be a crazy trip the next few weeks to see all the stuff. I mean, you gotta think like they're cementing WrestleMania night one and night two with, like you said, the next 7 weeks. Even if
And,
it's
and,
a half of a sprinkle here, we're
and
getting,
think about it. We technically have four matches already right now.
yeah.
And we have 2 nights to play with. We are essentially 1 week into the build up for and we have 4 matches already. Oh shit. We are not ready for what's gonna happen. We can only anticipate, but with whatever we're thinking of right now, with what we've been contemplating, we're probably 90% wrong already.
That's why I just want to enjoy the ride.
I was just gonna say, so for these next 7 weeks, sit back, relax, indulge in some green if you like it, indulge in a libation or two if you like it, enjoy the show, enjoy the ride.
Hell yeah.
Lord knows we will. And if you have a chance to go see it in person, take up the chance to experience it because the way they've been doing live shows lately, it's only going to get less and less out here. So, again, if you can go, get the ticket early because if you wait, the price will increase by the day. But more importantly, let's just enjoy this beautiful sport of professional wrestling. Also, real
Yeah.
quick, you catch for ESPN this morning?
Nah.
McAfee was covering Cena's heel turn. Shannon Sharp and Stephen A on First Take were covering this. Uh, every sports media outlet, including TMZ, was covering the heel turn. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, professional wrestling has now finally been established in mainstream media. We did it.
Man. You gotta take notes. Colonel Ross to take notes. That's how it's done.
We were the fucking talk of the town.
Mm.
Who would have thought? We have reached stages that Vince McMahon had dreamt of, and we've gone further than that. Embrace it, acknowledge it, whatever. Like, focus upon like you see bandwagons coming out of the blue, but just say for historical purposes, you were there, you saw it, you witnessed it, you felt it. This road to WrestleMania is very different for several reasons. Because of the exposure that it's now earned rightfully, game's changed. Nothing is off the table now.
Mm. Again, you drove home the fact. I want to drive it home too. Just enjoy everything. I know we got particular superstars, specific scenarios we want for them to be in, but I think right now, to be honest, this last few months, just watching it from a complete different view, watching it almost like how I watched the Marvel's Avengers and ignored certain things that they didn't do in the comic books. Okay, there was no continuity there, so what? But what they are giving me, that's what I'm paying attention to, chat. And sometimes we can have fun getting caught up in what they didn't do, but let's appreciate what they did do. 'Cause they doing it at a fucking high level, chat.
And again, just when we think we have everything figured out, they change every single detail about it, and it's 10 times better than what we thought our original idea could have been.
And I want to give
Because
perspective too, bro, because the bloodline shit is what brought in a lot of viewers back to wrestling, and I was protective of that because people wanted to start shitting on it, and I was like, hold on, don't forget, just a few months ago, you left you left us, you didn't watch WWE no more with us. Or it took the tribal chief, it took the Rock. Now everybody's back again. Don't shit on us. Don't tell us that the bloodline doesn't belong because we was here through the good. Actually, we was here through the worst, through the bad.
just name drop who hurt you. It's okay. You're in a safe space.
Nah, it's just the fact of I'm gonna be honest. I've been in buildings, bro. So have you, where people are throwing up ones. What moment in time did we feel like, oh yeah, Cody came back, but damn, it was that deep that him coming back really changed how we felt about Roman in that moment? Like that shit crazy.
Well, again, I compare this to I compare Roman stuff to Triple H's Reign of Terror, much like I compare Jey Uso to the Yes Movement. There is a difference between a rebellion and something that's universally rejoiced. With Jay, it's like I told you, Triple H essentially went to the media and the people, the universe, and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about making Jey Uso my champion. How would you guys feel about that?" And everybody at all these house shows are just like, "Yes, this is our guy." Whereas in days past, when Vince would have selected a Ryback, a Triple H, a Great Khali, a Triple H again, just the same folks over and over, and then it got hated on, it got shit on. And the Yes movement was generated because the fans said, "We're sick of your shit. This is the guy we want. Give us what we want, or else we're gonna cost you money."
And I get that part. That's what I'm saying to those same folks. You didn't support enough to make the business bigger when we gave you the things you wanted. It took, like, to some degree, it
It's like yeah,
took
it's like yeah, you got what you wanted, but still, like we allowed that to happen.
yeah, and it's like, did that make you watch every show? Tell your friends. Tell. It's not the same impact as like when Oh wow, you see Paul Heyman with Roman Reigns? Oh, did you see what Roman Reigns did to his cousin? His blood? Things would like. Do you know who Roman Reigns is related to? Who? Dwayne Johnson. People like the conversation start changing, and different eyes look at the
and then you have
product.
rumors of today. You hear Penta's brother's on his way to WWE. Who's Penta's
Hmm.
brother? Ray Phoenix. Who's Ray Phoenix? And then the story goes from there.
Like,
Or fast forward a couple weeks ago. Hey, you see this guy, Ricky Saints on NXT? He used to be this guy called Ricky Starks. He was on AEW and blah 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 and all the other shows. Hey, I hear Rusev might be coming back. He was Miro in AEW. Hey, Malachi Black might be coming back. Who's Malachi Black? He was Aleister Black in WWE. Oh, he's coming back. Sweet.
yeah, bro. I mean, like, certain things are a flash in the pan, and then certain things are long lasting. Like, it's how sustainable, right? It's like, for example, what I'm trying to say is Joe Hendry. The fans wanted to see him go to the highest level, and they gave him the highest rated views on WWE. He then,
And
if
now,
that's the real status, he should have that on everything.
well, I'll say now he's entrusted with getting TNA back to where they used to be as WWE's number two.
Hmm. And that's what I'm saying. If the fans really gonna support, then you gotta support that through and through to make
Now,
a
be right back.
difference. Yep. You can't chat be choosing when to be like, oh, because The Rock came back, it's all terrible. At the same time, though, look at what it's generating. Look at the type of numbers, hate it or love it. He's doing what he got to do as a heel. Now, some of the long-winded shit, as we see when he got to the chamber, is better when he gets to the point. But even those times where he's long-winded, it changes the aura of a night. It changes the, like again, I've personally been in the building when you hear the final boss's music. It's just a different feel. It's like, oh, business is about to pick up. And sometimes when the fans rebel because they want to see, mind you, these are younger superstars who may have a few more good years right in front of them rather than behind them. You want to say, nah, we don't want to see Rock versus Roman under these circumstances. Maybe it would have hurt the business a little bit if they did that then. But look, because y'all made them pivot, they pivoted even better. It was kind of like y'all threw a counter, they threw a counter to the counter. You just ain't even it don't even feel like a counter because they still gave you Cody Rhodes winning the championship, but The Rock still became on to be a bigger character than that. The final boss to me is a bigger character than Cody as champion. Let that sink in. You understand what I'm saying? So what you won the little battle in terms of getting Cody as the champion. I was on board for you see a nightmare championship because I'm on board for both sides of the coin. I'm not really oh this has to happen or this didn't have to happen. But when I was on the Roman Reigns bloodline, I'm sitting. I wanted to see how as far as it could go. But because of how it ended, it kind of left a little sour taste in my mouth. I'm like, man, just imagine if the fans didn't revolt. This thing would probably still be going. Barring any injury, barring any health issues. And who's to say that after all of those years, let's say Cody's still around, then he could be the one to finally end the historic reign.
You know, folks don't want to wait that long.
I know, but time, like when you look at things, time flies and we don't even know it. Like for real, it's been what 10 years since Roman defended the championship in the Royal Rumble match. Like, yeah,
Sounds about right.
Time heal all wounds. Chat, we'll be okay. It might suck for the certain time, but I truly believe if everybody was destined to step up and take that mantle, why did it take Cody coming in from AEW with his finish the story to get that up off Roman? There was nobody really built for that. In my opinion, I'm beyond. There was nobody built for that. That's why Roman kept fighting Brock. And then they didn't want to put a dude like Bobby Lashley in front of him, because then you can make the same argument that Bobby's kind of like Brock too, just less charismatic. Like,
And you already had a Braun Strowman, and
right.
and that experiment already passed.
hmm So there was really nobody. Roman fought Goldberg 2 years after they were supposed to do it. Do we talk about Roman versus Goldberg? No.
And then you had Seth Rollins on the other show, so we're gonna no point doing that.
And then when they did fight, they left a little story there, a little nug. He wasn't able to beat him, but the fucking he choked him out. He fucking didn't really care about that shit at that moment, like until you start looking at perspective. Like, hold on, I dead ass ain't even beat him though. But at that moment, he's thinking the same thing you thinking of when he blew it at WrestleMania 40, revenge. Oh no, I'm choking this son of a bitch out. He broke up the
Yep.
shield. He stabbed me in the back. If he could have lost the championship on a disqualification, I'm sure he would have right there. For real, like, and that would have made a hell of a story back then too. Imagine, like, if you didn't want Roman to go on his reign already, but since y'all couldn't let him continue, it's like, why stop? Had him in a great match with Logan Paul, but in that time of booking, it felt like, bro, Logan Paul gets this match. It really felt like a kick to the nuts of the roster, like. But one could say it was Saudi's call. They paying. This is what they want to see.
And look how good the match was. Well,
Yeah,
they feel stupid.
that's why I had to start off with saying a great match. I just thought it was odd, and we always talk about building a new roster. How does that help put maybe somebody that's in that division, or you know what I'm saying? But I just took it for what it was. This is a dream scenario matchup, like like a money match. Rather than, I don't see no feud coming out of Logan Paul and Roman. Like, they ain't about to start a program. And it was just that. It was a great money match.
I'll say yeah, that's all it was. Because they even share the ring until the Rumble this
hmm
year.
Yeah, like they didn't. When they put Logan with Cody, kind of the same thing. Like, now he'd been in more television time at that point, but I felt like it was odd. Like, oh, he got the United States Championship. So you telling me nobody else could even challenge for fucking Cody's belt?
Or
Like,
Logan's.
or Logan's, like, fuck, like, right? Because now you're holding both of them captive for these few or that 1 month while they beefing. So it's like, bro, what are we doing? I just find it very odd. I want to like at some point try to like analyze why is Cody's run so protected if it shall end at Mania. Like, but I get it though
Because Roman
because
was protected, that's why.
yeah,
Because Cena was protected.
man, got nothing else for that.
Facts,
Chat,
facts, unfortunately.
yeah, chat. It was a hell of a show tonight. I look forward to Friday. I feel like they're gonna have that same intensity. Now it may be a little bit different, I think, because they on TV. I don't know if that makes a difference, but to me it might. Something about Raw or Netflix tonight felt like this is
Well,
what Raw and
it's already,
Netflix
it's
should
already
feel
two
like.
different shows.
Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting to see if I can imagine they just gonna have Cody address what happened. I don't really think Rock or
I
Cena
didn't see
show
that
up
what happened this
Thursday
week.
or Friday.
I don't want to hear that for at least 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, we may get some more tag team bullshit on Friday.
I'm sure. I think the coaches might wait until Cena comes back for Raw. But again, we shall see.
Chat, much love. We appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of y'all night.